Hey there, beautiful human. What it do? My name is Patrick and this is Porché Tarot. Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a reading for the week of March 15th through the 21st. This is an all signs general reading, so this reading will not resonate with everybody. However, I hope it resonates with you. I'll try to keep it as general as possible. If you've never been to my channel before, usually I do readings for each astrological sign. These will be all mixed into this reading. Have a lot going on at work this week, but I did want to get a reading out for this week for everyone. If you stick around to the end of the reading, I will be pulling your challenges and your advice for each zodiac sign. So stick around to the end if you want to see each zodiac sign. And without further ado, let's get into this reading. Okay, what's going on for the collective for the week of March 15th through the 21st? Underneath the deck, we have the Six of Cups. So there's an energy of reconciliation, of things coming back around, of apologies, of people coming in from the past. So there's a situation where, I guess, yeah, for the collective, for everyone, where there's opportunities for situations from the past to be healed. So this could be specifically past situations from your childhood, healing your inner child, things that come back. A lot of times the things that come up for us that are really unconscious, that perpetuate negative circumstances in our life, or circumstances that tend to be fated for us, right? Anything that you say like this always happens to me, or this type of person always shows up to me, or, you know, I'm destined to do X because this always happens. This is going to be a week for a lot of those situations to kind of clear out. And again, if you are dealing with somebody from the past or something like that, they may be coming back around. And also if you're thinking that, you know, you've been thinking about somebody's been on your mind, somebody that you wanted to clear the air with, or again, find some sort of reconciliation with, this would be a good week to do that. You're showing up in this situation as the sun. So there's a lot of happiness coming in this week. Oftentimes when we get a spark of happiness, or things go really well, there's a lot of clarity that comes with the sun, right? A lot of things get cleared out. A lot of, you know, if you think of your thoughts and your emotions as kind of the clouds, things become clouded and we blame things on other people. And oftentimes when the sun comes up and it shows in our life, it clears out a lot in a way that we can really come to terms with the things that we've done that brought about a situation, right? Every situation, especially as they have to do with other people, right? And things and people from our past, family, old friends, old people that we dated, so on and so forth. When we start to really step into our happiness and things start to clear up for us, and things clear out of the way, we start to recognize where our parts in it were. And this can kind of bring a lot of happiness, but it can also bring people back around, right? Situation has to do with the Ace of Cups. So there's a lot of love here, potentially a new beginning in love. I always say this with the aces, there's a lot of potentiality here. That doesn't necessarily mean that things are going to come to fruition, right? This just means that the spark is there for the work to be done. The situation has to do with a lot of love coming in. So you may be getting an offer in love. And when you think about love, there's like, you know, what we often call romantic love is actually sometimes a bit of a manipulation, right? We want something out of a person, or we want to give something to a person so that we can get something in return. The love that I'm talking about right now is more of an energy of compassion, which just means, or at least to me, which means you know, like an apology is a compassionate action towards somebody, right? To be able to clear the air and to love somebody, right? To give an apology without expecting something in return. So, and this is why, you know, I said like a new beginning. There's a new beginning that is really about here. There's more than one ace in the spread, so I'll get to that in a minute. But a new beginning in love that is coming with a lot of happiness is here. There's an opportunity here, King of Cups. You may be dealing with this Sun card, we do have Leo energy here. And then we also have water sign energy here. So Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. So there's an opportunity to maybe reconcile with somebody that is that sign, or if you're that sign, that would be a message for you. Also, there's an opportunity here when we have the Ace of Cups all the way to the King of Cups. We're seeing the full spectrum of love. So like I said, Ace of Cups is the potentiality, right? But I'm seeing an opportunity for something to come through fully through fruition this week. What I'm seeing is a lot of emotional maturity, a lot of emotional intelligence, being able to admit our own parts in things, and being able to mature in the way of emotion and love. So I'm seeing somebody coming in with some sort of love offer that has matured to a level, or that has the potential to mature to a level that is just, it's the highest level of love that you can give, right? In a situation, which is compassion. The universe is working on the Ace of Swords, so another new beginning here, and two aces in the first cards, the first four cards of the spread. You know, there's only 4 aces in the tarot deck, right? And there's 72 cards. So there's a lot of new energy here, new thought. So like we previously talked about, a lot of new passion, a lot of new love, a lot of new intensity in terms of love, but also this energy of new ideas, new thoughts, being able to take a new path in the way of the mind. The interesting thing about the Ace of Swords is that it starts the mind journey over again. But what that means is that you can kind of move away from the rest of the, you know, the mind cards talk about heartbreak, they talk about being lost, they talk about conflict, they talk about all sorts of things as we go through the swords of the tarot deck. The Ace of Swords starts that whole journey over, which means none of that has manifested yet. So the universe is really working on a new beginning here. And again, you never bypass of those things. Those are just human experience things that happen. But there's definitely an opportunity here to begin again, which is a really beautiful omen. What you don't see coming is the Ten of Cups. So there's just this reading has a lot of happiness in it, a lot of emotional fulfillment, I think is the actual word that I'm trying to find here. Again, in this first couple cards of this reading, we have a lot of cups, and the Ten of Cups speaks to, you know, once the wish is fulfilled and we find, you know, the Nine of Cups speaks towards wish fulfillment, and it speaks towards individual accomplishment and being able to do things in and of ourselves without needing anybody else to affirm us, right? There's external validation, right? And that there are a lot of people that seek that, right? There's social media, there's putting out posts, there's that way that we get gratified in our daily lives, our boss telling us that we did the right things, our friends and family saying they're proud of us, right? There's all that external validation. Nine of Cups speaks about internal validation, right? And then the Ten of Cups speaks to the icing on top, right? My mom, my grandma used to say, like, you know, a relationship should really be just the icing on top of a cake. Any relationship, work, romantic, family, like otherwise, any other thing. But this week, what you don't see coming is that icing on top is here, and within you, and I see this with the Sun card, this Leo energy, there's the cake, right? all the ingredients are there. It's very full, very happy. And what we're getting, and what we don't see, is that the icing on top of the cake is coming. So that 9th cup or that 10th cup is being fulfilled, which is really about an overabundance of emotional fulfillment. Sometimes this is like comfortable success on another level. And it can speak towards things coming back together, family, relationships, anything that speaks towards happiness that pervades and moves on through the long term. This is a temporary happiness, so you don't see it coming. It hasn't happened yet, but anytime I see the 10 of Cups, I always feel obligated to deliver the message that the 10 of Cups is also something that you don't necessarily want to hold on to, because any pain or pleasure cycle, right? And this is a pleasure cycle. We move more into a pain cycle more quickly when we try to hold on to the pleasures in our life. So just remember that as this week moves forward. We have the Knight of Cups showing up in the near future for you. So there's a definite energy here of, again, somebody taking some sort of action towards you. The Knight of Cups speaks towards romantic love. So if you're in a relationship or you are looking to be in a relationship or something like that, there's a message here that may be coming in for you here in the near future. Or if you're not, right, there's a message there too. And if you have somebody in mind, right, that you are looking towards moving to, the Knights are all about action, right? Action. There's a lot of love here, and what has yet to happen is the action towards a person, a thing, a place, a job, whatever it is. If you are the person considering action, this is also a message for you to feel okay towards taking that action. I cannot guarantee that the person will receive the thing that you are looking to give. But again, if you look to give without receiving, right? If you look to give love, which is actually compassion, which doesn't have an expectation. If you can give this cup of love that you have for the potential for the new beginning without expectation, that thing may be more well received. And as I said, there is this energy of the 6 of Cups that's pervading this whole reading that's really about reconciliation. So whoever you have on your mind right now, there's a good chance that that reconciliation will be well received. In the recent past, we have the 5 of Swords. So this is conflict energy. Could be one of two things. Somebody's been in their head, right? Somebody's been very, very deeply in their head and really been in this internal battle. Should I or shouldn't I? What should I do? Should I go to this person or not? Like these ebbs and flows of feeling ready and then not feeling ready and that sort of energy. The other option here is that you literally have been out of conflict or in conflict with another person and trying to figure out how to get out of it. In either case, I see this moving out of the way. But I guess the advice here is more along the lines of if you have some sort of conflict with someone, then you are in the energy of win or lose. And this is that Swords energy that I was talking about, something that the universe is working on, like moving out of focus for you. The impetus to win or lose is the energy that keeps heartbreak around, okay? The situation here, or you in this situation, is showing up as the 3 of Swords. So this is that heartbreak energy. And this is kind of what I was talking about. The person that's coming back around for you, or the energy that's coming back around for you, may have been, and again, because I see so much past energy, I'm going to speak to it, but it's not really that important, right? Whatever is past is past. And that, I think that is the lesson here for you in this situation. If you stay in the sun, right? You stay in this Leo energy, you stay present, then whatever past heartbreak has been there shouldn't matter. Because a new beginning wants to come out, right? But the situation has to do with a new beginning that wants to come out. And you in this situation, I think there's this reflection of what heartbreak has felt like in the past, and an opportunity to move past it. We do have two kings in this reading. In the near future, or what's right in front of you, is the King of Wands. So could be dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. We are moving into Aries season here coming up in the next few weeks, days. Next few days, not weeks. But you could also just be dealing with somebody who's coming towards you very confidently. So not only do we have the King of Cups here, which is an opportunity, right? An opportunity for emotional maturity, for emotional intelligence, for moving forward. But we also have somebody that is very passionate, very sensual, passionate, confident, a person that knows what they want and how to get it. And as I see this energy, it almost seems like they want you, or whatever you want wants you. So if you can figure that part out, then there's an opportunity for a person, a thing, an opportunity, a job, something to come towards you very quickly here, is what I'm seeing. You know, I thought that the Four of Pentacles were going to show up in this reading. I kind of selectively look at these cards as I go through them, as opposed to panning out, which I sometimes do. But I do see the Four of Pentacles here, which is the hopes and fears. And I mentioned that whenever I see the Ten of Cups, that there's this energy of being careful, of holding on too tightly. So there is this hope and fear. Of Four of Pentacles means holding on too tightly, or it can mean that if you're dealing with any sort of situation with money, this is the only card in the deck that I see hinting towards a pentacle. So if you're dealing with some sort of situation towards money, I think that there's this energy here of like feeling nervous about letting go of your resources. Don't hold on too tight, but also don't let things go. So if you are thinking about spending a certain amount of money and you're afraid of making the wrong decision, hold on to a certain percentage of it. Make some sort of agreement with yourself before you let go of your hard-earned coins to save some of it, right? But when we hold on to everything, it can be very miserly. Second point here, and again, this has to do with spending money, right? Because we spend money on our pleasures, or we spend money, even if you're paying off debt or doing something like that, there's this energy of thinking like the world's going to be much better once I don't have this thing here. And that is future tripping, right? That's having you think that once this is done, once I achieve X, then X is going to be better, which is a fallacy, right? You have to be present and good with the now. And this speaks towards this Ten of Cups energy, right? This happiness. It's like buying a car, right? You buy a car, you're happy for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, right? And then that payment comes around, right? There's just this energy of just being careful with these pain pleasure cycles that we go through. And again, not trying to hold on to anything. Just let life happen, is the energy that I'm getting, and the message that I'm getting here for you. In the outcome position, we have the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands speaks towards a couple different things. The Nine of Wands speaks towards perhaps being a bit defensive. If you are in this energy of like being happy, of people coming back around, of apologies, of like different things like that, I think the message, especially with this heartbreak card, is just to try to drop your defenses around this week. There are a couple sayings, and I can't even pinpoint where they come from, but what's coming to mind for me is the Fool card. So if that shows up in any of your individual readings at the end of this, this is a message for you for sure. But with the Fool card, I've heard in the past this energy of just like, it is my responsibility to be open-minded and a fool in the world. And if anybody wants to take advantage of me, that's their thing, because that's their karma. But I'm going to continue to show up in the world as a new player every day so that I can live this experience as a human without putting all these guards and defenses around myself, right? So there's an energy here of just being careful not to become too defensive and not to bring in a bunch of defensive energy into your actions. The Knight of Wands also speaks about keep going, right? This can be the wounded warrior is a card that comes, or a saying that comes to me, where it's like you want to give up. You're just like this battle is too hard, but you're almost at the 10 of Wands. You're almost able to drop down your burdens. You're almost at the finish line. So whatever you're working on right now, just keep going. Don't give up. You may need to reprioritize. You may need to figure out what things make sense for you to carry with you and what things that you need to drop. But oftentimes when we're overwhelmed, we try to drop everything, or we want to drop everything. And the message here for this week is not to drop everything, to keep going. You may need to drop some things, but don't drop the whole situation. Okay? Okay, we're gonna go through each of these signs. I will pull your challenges and your advice for the week. We will start with Aries. This will be rapid fire. Let's get to it. Uh-oh. Aries, challenges, 8 of Wands. So Aries, your challenge is going to be around communication. And your advice is to be a little bit more directive with your energy. Think logically, make decisions, but communicate those decisions and tell people what's going on. Okay? That is for Aries. Taurus, you are doing good on your own. You are right where you need to be. That is a challenge for you because I feel like you want to, I feel like you're having a hard time recognizing that you're already all right and that things are okay. The advice for you this week is to avoid confusion here, okay? Gemini, challenges has to do with abundance. I feel like it's coming towards you. I'm getting the message that patience is an issue here. I feel like you have everything that you already need. This is more of a legacy thing, so not realizing that there's a long-range goal here and feeling impatient with what's not here now. The advice for you is to step into your creativity this week. You may not have all of the money that you feel like you need right now, because I feel like you're working on something, like you're working on something very creative and you don't feel like it's successful because everything hasn't come to you yet, but it's coming. So continue to focus on your creativity and the thing will happen for you. Cancer, your challenge has to do with this romance that's coming in. This person may be very flighty, or may have seemed flighty in the past if this is a person that's coming in from the past. I think romantic gestures are a little bit challenging for you this week, Cancer. So the challenge here is, or perhaps you're having a hard time making the romantic gesture. It's one of those two. But your advice has to do with the Lovers card, which is soulmate, true love. These are definitely connected. The advice here for you is you are making a choice, or you are left with a choice for love. You're making the right choice. Like whatever you decide is the right choice is the advice that I have for you, Cancer. Leo, your challenge has to do with secrets. There are a couple secrets that you don't really know or that you're not sharing with a person. I guess the challenge here, the advice here is to be open. you're going to be successful no matter what happens, and you don't have to hide things. As you stand up for yourself and as you show your true self, I feel like it's okay to be seen, is the message that I have for you, Leo. Virgo, your challenge has to do with your energy, things moving too slow. Perhaps your routine has gotten out of whack. There's an energy here of you needing to step back into some sort of routine. And your advice is to go back to you've let go of some sort of tradition that you have, some traditional value in terms of your daily routine. So whatever it is, I don't know if it's praying, meditating, working out, like whatever it is, go back to routine and focus on tradition, value system, beliefs. Get back aligned with your beliefs. Libra, your challenge this week is the 10 of Cups. So something is coming for you that is going to bring in a lot of happiness, and your challenge is going to be not to hold on to that, as we talked about in the reading. And your advice is the Tower. So something's changing. There is some shocking revelation that is coming to you. Your advice is to watch out for it because it is coming for you, Libra. Scorpio, you have your challenge for this week is the 6 of Swords. So you're probably moving away from something that's been very challenging for you. I guess the message here is to continue to move on. It's been hard for you to move on from whatever it is that you are working through right now, but it is a good thing for you to continue moving. The advice here is to balance out your obligations. You have a lot of obligations that you're dealing with, a lot of things that you're juggling. As you move away from this thing, prioritize, because you have a tendency, or you're having a tendency, to focus on all the other obligations so that you don't have to move away from this thing that you know that you have to move away from. Sagittarius, your challenge this week is waiting. You are displaying a lot of patience in some situation. You're trying to see things from a new perspective. And yeah, the challenge here is patience. So continue to have patience in this situation. Your advice is to reunite with some sort of situation, whether it's your family, your friends. Have some fun. There's a lot of excitement, joy, passion, energy here. So get with people that make you laugh. Get with people that make you feel good, Sagittarius. Capricorn, your challenge this week is gossiping. So there's gossip energy that's surrounding you. There's also an energy of some sort of strong competitive something, right? Strong opinions, strongly competitive work environment, competing with others, maybe in some sort of situation with love. That is your challenge. Your advice is to whoever you're in a situation with, perhaps a romantic situation, it doesn't have to be, but there's some sort of energy of an equal give and take, some sort of energy of love, of like some really, I feel this way and you feel this way too. Your advice is to lean into that situation and away from drama. Aquarius. Ooh, this is hard. Aquarius, your challenge this week is the High Priestess. You haven't been listening to your intuition, and your intuition is telling you exactly what needs to go. You may have been ignoring it because your intuition may be telling you some things that you don't necessarily want to hear. So your challenge this week is to open yourself up to your intuition. The advice is whatever you've been working on wants to come in now. The energy of that coming in now is here. So just be ready for it because it is here for you. And finally, Pisces, your challenge for this week has to do with the 7 of Wands. You feel like you're defending yourself against you've recently stood up for yourself in some way, and you had great success, and now you feel like you're defending your success. Continue to defend yourself here, and think. The advice for you this week, Capricorn, or I'm sorry, Pisces, the advice for you this week, Pisces, is that there is a cycle that is completing for you. This is the World card, which means you've reached the end of some major cycle in your life. This is also the end of your sign. So the message here is something new is going to come in for you, because something has completely ended. Okay, that's what I have for you this week, folks. Thank you for joining me. Sorry, this is all in one video, but we will see what happens next week, and I will see you then. Thank you.